Yeah, it's hot in here. Now, like if somebody says, like you say, it's very hot here. It's very hot here. Now the listener says, yeah, it is hot in here. Yeah, it's hot in here. The utterance can be used either to state a fact. Fact. What is the fact? Fact is that that's very hot here. If you like um, if you support the sentence spoken by the speaker, yes, it's very hot, it's very hot, you're right, you're very right, then you are just telling the fact. But it is beyond the fact. It's beyond the fact. What does the speaker want? The speaker wants you to open a window, or the speaker wants you to switch the AC on. The speaker wants you to open the doors and windows so that the fresh air can come in, since it's very hot in here. Yeah, it's hot in here. So the utterance, now if you go by the literal meaning, it's hot in here, it just gives you the fact. Yeah, it tells you about the weather. But the speaker doesn't, by telling that it is hot in here, he wants to say, please open a window or switch the AC on. The utterance can be used either to state a fact or to get someone open the window. Which is more important? What is more important? The hidden meaning is important. The suggestive meaning is important. The pragmatic use of language is important. Semantic meaning gives you only the fact. As you notice here, it's hot in here. Yes, it's hot in here. It's very hot in here. How hot is it? How hot it is here? This, okay, when you're repeating the sentences, okay, just changing and the order of words, then you are just telling the fact. That means you are just giving the semantic meaning, just uttering the semantic structure of words. But that's not important. That's not making sense. That's not meaningful. The sentence becomes meaningful when it is seen according to the pragmatic use of language, pragmatics, in the light of pragmatics. Okay, let us see. Okay, they were the ads, okay, and say some certain expressions. Idioms too are beyond semantics. Yes, certainly they are. Idioms too are beyond semantics, beyond the literal understanding of meaning, beyond the semantic meaning, beyond the grammatical structure. Okay, they do not convey facts. The literal meaning is not important here. The suggestive meaning is important. For example, hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail. See, you see the picture also. What do you see? You see a hammer, you see a nail, and you see the hammer is being used to hit the nail. Now, what do you gather? You do not gather anything. It's not making sense. Hit the nail on the head. What does it mean? You don't know. You only know when you see it. When you see it in the context. When you see the way the idiom is used. In what context the idiom is used? It means do or say something exactly right. Do or say something exactly right. This is what it means. And usage would be that this theater has hit the nail, means has done something right. What was required? This theater has hit the nail on the head by showing the black and white classic movies, apart from the latest one. All theaters in the city, they show the latest movies. The new movies, they all run latest movies, they all run new movies. Whereas this theater has hit the nail by showing us the black and white, because there are audiences who want to watch black and white classic movies which are not available, and they want to watch it on the big screen. That is why they go to theaters to watch them. And if they are being shown, they are being run by a theater, that means it's a good thing. That is why it is said that this theater has hit the nail on the head by showing the black and white classic movies apart from the latest ones. Like suppose you do not have a good hotel there in the vicinity, the area you live in. So suppose there comes up a hotel and you get a place to eat now, to party and to have fun with friends. Then you would say the hotel has really hit the nail on the head by opening up in our locality, in our area. Yeah. So, if you go by the literal meaning, you don't understand, because they do not make any sense. So idioms can be understood only only deeply. Means the deeper meaning is important in idioms. I'm not talking about all idioms. In some idioms, I mean, the surface meaning does not give you any meaning, does not give you any clue, any hint as to what they mean, unless and until you know the deeper meaning. And that is why, in exams you get idioms. Why do you have idioms? You have idioms because they do not convey the literal meaning, and you ought to know the suggested meaning, the real meaning which they carry, to express yourself, to understand it. Let's see the next. Well, here is another idiom: give someone a hand, or give someone a big hand. This is I'm sure familiar idiom, a very familiar idiom. We use this idiom in our conversation, and I'm sure you must be familiar with this, so you know the meaning. Yet, if you try to guess the meaning from the syntactic structure, I think it doesn't give any clue. It doesn't give any. Give someone a big hand, give someone a hand. Suppose, if I happen to ask a robot, could you please give me a hand? I need your hand. The robot might detach its hand from its body and give it to me. Isn't that? This is what? Because a robot would go by the literal meaning. He would think that I am asking its hand. So what would it do? It would detach its hand from its body and give that to me. But that would be very cruel of me. I wouldn't be. Suppose that happens to mean this. If the idiom happens to mean this, like literally, cutting one's hand and handing over to somebody, the speaker, the person who's making a demand. So this would be a very cruel of me, very unkind of me, if I ask somebody, please give me your hand, if I know the person would cut it one's hand and give it to me. So that's not the case. That's certainly not the case. What does it mean? Give someone a hand means to help somebody, to aid somebody, or to assist somebody. This is what it means. When we want somebody's assistance, when we want somebody's help, when we want somebody's aid, when we want somebody to cooperate with us in certain work, to help us out in some situation, in some problem that we are facing, then we say that, could you please give me a hand? I sincerely need your hand. So this is a very soft way of asking somebody to assist him or her. And usage would be like this: could you please give me a hand carrying this chest? Could you please give me a hand carrying this chest? Chests, there are boxes, the big ones, and they are very cumbersome. They're very heavy, so it is very difficult to carry them alone upstairs or move them from one place to another. So what do you need? You need somebody to give you a hand so that you may easily carry them upstairs, or you easily move them from one place to another. So when things are cumbersome, when things are heavy, when you can't do it alone, then you need somebody's assistance, somebody's help, somebody's aid. So in that case, what do? You ask a person to give you a hand so that you can perform the action, so that you can carry the chest, so that you can do the desired work. So could you please give me a hand carrying this chest, or could you please give me a hand packing up these suitcases, or could you please give me a hand carrying this almirah or this mattress, so and so is to forth. So in that situation, you use the idiom give me a hand. And there is another meaning which is very common, to applaud or clap. To applaud, to admire, to appreciate. And when you admire somebody, when you appreciate somebody, what do? You clap. You clap. So it also means to give someone a hand, or to someone a big hand, also means to applaud or to clap. This is another meaning. And the usage is, please give all our participants a big hand for their excellent performance. Please give all our participants a big hand. Our participants have really done well. Since they have done well, so what do they deserve? They deserve a big hand for the excellent performance. They deserve a big round of applause for the excellent performance. You must have heard this idiom being used by the anchors of a show. Please give all our participants a big hand. A big hand means appreciate them, admire them. They deserve it. They deserve a big round of applause. They deserve a big hand. You can even say just a hand. But when you say a big hand, it makes it more emphatic. A big hand for their excellent performance. Here you see a picture. What do you notice in a picture? Here you notice that a mother and a daughter are sitting under a tree, and the mother seems to be helping her daughter out in her studies. So what is she doing? She is giving a hand her daughter in her studies, or with her studies. This is what. So what is she doing? She's giving her daughter a hand. She's giving her daughter a hand means she is helping her daughter out in her studies. Okay, or the problem she has in maths, or some she wants to understand some grammatical concept. So here the daughter is being given a hand by her mother. The daughter is given a hand by her mother. The daughter is being held by her mother, or the mother is giving her daughter a hand. Is it fine? So this is very easy. The easiest, I think, I have chosen. So because like if I had chosen all the difficult ones, then that would not have been good, because even in question papers, this is how we do. We design a paper in such a way so that even those who do not do hard work, who are not very diligent, could perform well in their exam. So we choose even the familiar ones, the easy ones. So this was the easiest that I have chosen, and I'm sure you knew the meaning, so it was easier for you to understand this idiom. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Idiom. Let sleeping dogs lie. Now see, here you have two pairs of dogs. There are 4 dogs here. They are all sleeping. What does the picture suggest? Nothing. It suggests a lot, yes, but literally if you just see it, then okay, there's just dogs, they are sleeping. What is new about it? But as far as the idiom goes, the meaning is important. Let sleeping dogs lie. If you go by the literal meaning, it makes no sense. It means, okay, let sleeping dogs lie, let sleeping elephants lie, let sleeping people lie. No, but the idiom is important. Why? Because it means do not disturb a situation, as it would result in trouble or complication. So what was the usage? How do you use it? Since my boss did not ask me anything about my coming late that day, I did not speak to him about it, for it is better to let sleeping dogs lie. If a situation is hushed up, because if you tries to arouse the situation, or arouse something which is better in a dormant state, then it is better that you do not disturb it. Do not let sleeping dogs lie. Do not disturb them, or else what would happen? The situation would become worse. So do not disturb a situation as it would result in trouble or complication. This is what we mean by let sleeping dogs lie. Let the cat out of the bag. Let the cat out of the bag. This is another idiom. In all these idioms, what do you note? You note that the literal meaning is not important, but the suggestive meaning is important. Meaning to share information that was previously concealed. See, earlier the bag was zipped. That means the information was sealed. It was concealed. You did not share the information. When you open it, now the cat can pop in, or say peep through the bag. So what does it mean? To share information that was previously concealed. If you let the cat out of the bag, that means now you are sharing the information which you had been concealing from others, which you were keeping a secret from others. And usage is Shreya let the cat out of the bag. That means Shreya shared the information, and finally told her parents that she was in love with a passive boy. Up till now, she was keeping it concealed from his parents and others that she is in love with a passive boy, but now she has let the cat out of the bag by telling her parents that she in fact is in love with a passive boy. This is what it means. So if if you conceal a situation, if you do not disclose it, but you decide to disclose it, then you let the cat out of the bag. The moment you decide to disclose and you disclose it, what do? You let the cat out of the bag. This is what it means. But literally, if you see it, see, even the structure of words do not make a sense, and even the picture does not make a sense. I have given the pictures deliberately so that you may know that even if you watch the picture here, what do you see? You see a bag and you see a cat peeping out through it or peeping through it, but it's not making sense. Okay, it's not giving any deeper meaning. It gives you deeper meaning only when you understand, well, it's an idiom and the deeper meaning is important here. The suggested meaning is important here. It means to share the information which had long been kept a secret.